The mixing with Mike career building tip. Think like a business owner is the tip for the day. So when you are acting as a person who is a producer, an artist, a engineer, whatever it is, mastering engineer, mixing engineer, tracking engineer, a programmer, beat writer, sequencer, you want to think like a business owner, not like a business person, like a business owner. Okay, so think of yourself as a business. Now, the one thing that I think is very important to understand is that when you start off, primarily you are going to be the product that's being sold, and so you have to kind of think long term about how you want that to continue. Because if all of your work is based on your work, right? So, in other words, the entirety of your pay and everything that comes into you is primarily set up from the work that you were doing at the time, then essentially what you have is a job, right? Because your pay is based on the work that's coming in, that's given to you, and it requires your physical labor. Now, the one issue with that is that even though you will be doing something that you really love to do, ultimately what ends up happening is that if you are forced to do it because you need to pay bills, rent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, all of those sorts of things, then what'll happen is eventually it'll become a job, or it'll start to become job like in terms of the way that you will approach it. Because there'll be some days where you don't feel like working, but you end up doing the work anyway because you need to do it, right? And while, hey, listen, not every day is going to be creative. The mindset has to kind of focus in a slightly different direction. A business owner doesn't make their money from working all the time. What they do is they start to build, they spend a lot of time and energy building a business or building the structure of something that works. And so there's always an investment of time in building the business, right? An insane amount of time most of the time, where they actually build whatever it is that they're selling. And then what happens is then they start to bring in other people to kind of help take what they've done and expand on it. So all of the work goes into building the work and things coming into you that you want to do. And eventually what you really want to do is you want to have other people that are working for you so that you can focus on the more creative things, aspects of what you want to do. And that type of mindset is really important. It allows you to collaborate with other people. If you create something like a song, you write a song, the idea of having a song is not that like you write a song, somebody buys it, and then you never see another dime from it. The idea of having a song is that you get it out there and lots of people enjoy it. It gets used in movies, it gets used in TV commercials, it gets used in CDs. Other people re-record it and people remix it. And now what happens is you've created what's called an intellectual property that has value above and beyond the initial work that you did. Okay, and these are the things that help to build a career. So the mindset that you want to take in terms of building yourself up and making a career in the industry is thinking like a business owner. So that what you want to be primarily focused on in all of your hard work and everything that you're doing now to kind of build your reputation and do all these things is to put yourself in a position where you can capitalize on what your capabilities are. And you do that not by working for every dime that you make, but actually about allowing yourself and what you do to expand out to the world and to other people. So maybe that means that if you create a song, that's one way. One way of doing that is selling it, right? And selling it out to a bunch of people. Maybe you set up something where if you're really into writing beats, that once you've written that beat, people can download it, they can pay a price for it, and they can use it in their song. And then every time somebody buys that, even if it's just $10 or $50, that adds up. If you have 100 of those and all of those different beats are selling and you're getting regular sales from all of those things, then your work is actually getting out there in the world. People are paying money for it, and you only wrote it once. and it's getting used over and over again. You can set it up so that you get credited, right, when those things get released and other people use it, and then it becomes a stream of passive income. What happens from that passive income and how you create that sets up a situation where you can focus on being creative. You can provide yourself with all the tools that you need to do the things that you want to do, and you can focus on more creative ventures and getting things out there. So there's so much out there, and there's so many ways to get what you do out to people in a way that never existed before. And the possibility is really amazing and endless if you're really creative about it and think about it. So the key things are, one is creating what it is that you want to put out there for the world to take in. And then it's about finding the creative ways to make that happen. So the reason why I have the Mixing with Mike career building tip is to set up a whole structure of these types of things. And as we go forward, there's going to be more of these types of tips, ways of getting what you do out there into the world so that you guys are creating empires instead of just working basically for an hourly wage to make music or to do the things that you want to do. All right, there's the Mixing with Mike career building tip. Think like a business owner.